So, first few days of fall camp, what stood out to you about your position group?
Guys have put a lot of work in since January, through the course of spring ball up until now, throughout the summer. So you see a different edge to the group, a lot more discipline as far as technique, which are things that I emphasize a lot as far as what I want out of my group. So they put in a lot of work over the summer, just to being dialed in and keyed in on all those things I emphasize that they needed to work on. So they're competing, and that's all I can ask for.
Lance McCutcheon was one that impressed Coach Choate early on here in the first few days. What stood out to you about him?
He's confident, which is a big deal playing, the game of football. But you got to be very confident to go out there and make plays, catching the ball. So I think he's a lot more confident than he was in January, also throughout the spring. So confidence builds consistency. As long as he's consistent, he's going to make plays for us.
And with his athleticism, what's the potential for him?
He can do it all. He can be a go guy, he can run intermediate routes, he can do a little bit of everything. So the biggest thing is just putting him in positions to be successful, and get him the ball where he's comfortable and can make explosive plays for us. He's a dynamic athlete. We just got to feed him the ball and let him make plays.
Choate also mentioned that you're hoping to open it up a little bit more in the offense, pass a little bit more. In what ways could he be a part of that? Because I imagine he's so versatile in a lot of ways.
Well, we want to throw the ball downfield.
Yeah.
Our vertical pass game is going to be a big part of what we do. So he just has to go make plays. The vertical pass game, when you hit those deep shots downfield, it could demoralize the defense. It gives us momentum, it breaks their back. And it's a game changer. It's supposed to play, so he can be a guy that can go over the top, and I think he could be a guy that can catch a slant, catch a hitch, and take it 50, and take it 60. So we just got to put him in a good position.
With Travis Johnson and the way that he's involved, maybe taking some direct snaps and doing things that way, I guess just how valuable is he to the offense? Kind of what does he bring in that?
He's a big piece. He's a big piece of the offense. He's still learning the position. Last year was his first year playing it, and he's made a big leap from what he was, just over the spring. He's a lot more flexible, a lot more powerful, so he can take a snap in the backfield. He can break tackles like he did last year. He's a guy that can also take a hitch 60 yards, and I anticipate him being a guy that can run by anybody in this conference. So he's very versatile as well.
When did you realize maybe how different he was, maybe, at the start of some of these practices?
I watch a lot of film. I probably watched the entire last season about 3 times. Watched spring ball a few times, and just seeing how different he's moving. He put a lot of work in over the summer, and it's showing. So he just has to keep doing those things that got him to this point, and at the same time add more onto it. And he'll be a pretty big piece for us this year.
How have you noticed his teammates responding to, being someone that, kind of changed positions and, like you said, is now improving at that new position? Just how have his teammates maybe responded to seeing him do that?
They've responded well. He does everything we ask him to do. He is a leader. He's a true leader. He has all the characteristics of a leader, and guys respond to that and guys see that, so they buy into it. He has everything you want as far as, being a great person, being likable, fun to be around, and guys gravitate to that, so guys respond well.
What have you seen from Willie Patterson so far?
Willie's looking good. He's done a great job on his body. He's put on weight, not only from last season, but over the spring as well. He looks faster. I'm harping to him, get in the weight room, put on weight, get bigger, faster, stronger. He changes his body, it changes his game, and he's done that. And he's made some explosive plays throughout the first 6 practices of camp, and he just has to keep doing that because he's another guy that can take a play, from a hitch to 60 anywhere on the field. So he's doing well.
How would you describe him as a receiver?
Well, he was also a kid that was a high school quarterback, so he's still learning the position as well. So that's why I emphasize fundamentals and technique so much, since I've gotten here, because those are guys that are still learning the process of how to play receiver. And they're taking it all in. It's a lot of information. It's a lot to gather because it's such a detail-oriented position. And they're smart kids, and they're listening to everything I say. And like I said, that's all I can ask for. And those guys go out and compete every day. So he's making improvements as well. You can't teach speed. He has that. Now we just have to clean up all the technical aspects of it.
what have you learned about the team or Coach Choate or maybe anything like that? Just as you go through your fall camp.
It's just a tight-knit group. Coach Choate runs a tight ship. The culture here is great. He knows what he wants, out of his coaches, his players, and he demands that. He doesn't hold his tongue for anyone. He expects, what he expects, and he's fun to work for. He makes it fun for the kids. He makes it fun for us. He challenges the kids, and as a player's coach, which I believe that's what he is. The kids go through a wall for him, and that's what you want. You want to play for a guy that genuinely cares about you, and that's what Coach Choate is. He's a player's coach that'll do anything for his players, and the kids see that. So,
you being a new coach, how nice is it having a guy like Cassis in the room?
he's a vet.
Yeah.
He's seasoned. His work ethic is unmatched. Makes my job a little bit easier, but he's fun to be around as well. He loves football. He loves football. He wants to win. He's not selfish. So it's a breath of fresh air because a receiver position can be a very selfish position. And I preach that in my room that no one man is bigger than the mission that we're on as a team. And, traditionally not a big passing team. And the guys know that. And, they just had to take advantage of each and every opportunity they get. And, Kev has bought into that, tremendously. So,
with a new quarterback, whoever that is, how nice is, just having him, and what do you see his role in the offense being?
as far as Kev,
Yeah.
he's a guy that should be able to win inside at any time. I think he's a mismatch against linebackers. He's a mismatch against safeties. He can go out and play outside and go in against corners as well. So he'll be moved in different spots also. And that's why this room is so intriguing, because you can put guys pretty much anywhere. Not just at quarterback, but also in the slot, whatever the case may be. So I expect Kev to have a big season. Because he can separate, he can win, he's smart, he can read defenses, and that makes his job a lot easier when he can go out there and be confident and identify coverages and know what he's seeing.
We good? Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks
Thank
for the
you.
time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.